Can I help you?
Hi. Yeah, I found this. I was cleaning out some drawers and stuff. My mother gave it to me years ago, and I was wanting to find out how much it was worth.
This thing looks crazy. What is it?
It's a black widow.
Is it poisonous?
I just came to the pawn shop today to try to sell my grandmother's brooch that was given to me years ago. It's just a spider brooch. It's got a lot of crystals and stuff on it. I don't like spiders, so I just wanted to get rid of it.
Do you know what you have here?
No, not at all.
This is Fabergé. Fabergé was one of the most famous jewelry designers in the world. He was the jeweler to the Russian court. This is something right here. When people say Fabergé, they mean Peter Fabergé, one of the greatest jewelers of all time. This guy became famous for his Fabergé eggs, but he actually made everything from silverware to necklaces to rings. And just about anything he touched is considered a masterpiece. What you have here is pre-revolution Russian imperial jewelry. That's onyx underneath there. This white metal right here, that is all platinum. Those are diamonds. There's sapphires in the feet. Those are rubies in the eyes. This is the kind of stuff that royalty wears. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't believe this woman had a Fabergé brooch sitting around in a drawer somewhere. This is the one thing everyone hopes they'll stumble across when they're going through grandma's stuff. What did you want to do with it?
I want to get rid of it.
And how much were you looking to get out of it?
Couple thousand.
Okay. I would really, really like to give you like $2,000 for it, but unfortunately, I have a conscience. All right. I'll cut to the chase. I'll give you $15,000 for it.
Oh my God, you got to be me.
No, I'm not. This is stuff you do not see every day.
How about 17? A man that's willing to pay 15 will definitely pay 17
No,
for
he
that.
won't. I mean,
All right,
literally.
how about 16?
I will give you 15. That's more than a fair offer on this.
How about 15.5?
This is why I hate having a conscience. This is Vegas, and I just told this woman she hit the jackpot, and now she wants another spin. I can pay you 15 grand. That's more than a fair offer on this. This is not something that's going to sell overnight.
All right, you're a good man.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so shocked. I mean, I couldn't believe it was worth $15,000. I hit the jackpot today.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hi. Looking to see if maybe you'd be interested in purchasing this sword.
Oh, wow.
Are you a closet samurai or something like that?
No. I'm here at the pawn shop today, hopefully to sell my 16th century katana ceremonial sword. My father-in-law brought it back from World War II when he was stationed in Japan. I think this sword is really cool, and I'm looking to get $10,000.
It's a great piece of history. During World War II, there was this whole thing called the spoils of war and war prizes. Might sound a little strange now, but it just goes back from thousands of years. I mean, that was part of a soldier's pay. If you went to battle, you got to take a few prizes home. Generally, out of Europe, they would take flutes. I've seen Lugers. I've seen all these other things. One of the big things guys brought back from Japan was samurai swords.
Wow.
Can you tell me what this says right here?
Well, he actually did ask a Japanese kid to tell him what the writings meant. The kid said it was a sword used for beheading Christians.
I mean, I have never heard of the Japanese beheading Christians.
Okay.
Can we see the blade on this thing?
Do you mind if I take it apart? Take it
Absolutely.
up?
Please. There's a little excitement in here. Ooh, check out the blade on that sword. Don't be touching that, Rick. You know better than that. What did I tell you over the years?
What if you taught me?
Yeah, not to touch that with your hands.
So what can you tell me about this, chum? Humor. What do you know about it?
Let's see here. It's pretty old. Looks pretty nice. Definitely looks like it was used. Probably beheaded, you know, an out-of-line boss once or twice in its time.
I definitely find it interesting. What were you looking to do with it?
Sell it.
Okay, how much you want for it?
10,000.
Okay. To be perfectly honest, I have no idea what it's worth. It's in need of some reconditioning, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
With these things, I have a friend who knows everything about them. When they just come in, that's who I call. So if you don't mind hanging out for a little bit, I'll give him a call, have him come down, check it out, and
Great, excellent.
he'll give us a much better idea what it's worth. Will you entertain this young lady?
That's what I do, Rick.
I'm really looking forward to Rick having the expert come in and tell us all about the sword.
Here it is. So what do you think?
Well, let me take a look at the handle with your permission.
Absolutely. That was slick.
Well, it's got some writing on the blade, huh? You seeing anything good down there?
So this blade is actually very interesting because during the 1800s, there was a great rebellion and a civil war going on, and many factions were trying to take over Japan. This blade was made in 1863 by Nagahiro and was given to the Lord of Choshu to protect Japan against enemies of the emperor, the imperial family, and especially against the Tokugawa, or the military leader. So this is quite an important sword, historically.
She was told a story that it was used for beheading Christians, which I said, probably not.
There is a term called joy that's written on the tang, which means protecting or reverence to the imperial family. So not literally beheading Christians, but just anybody who was considered an enemy of the emperor at the time.
Okay, so the big question, what's it worth?
Well, in its present condition and the fact that it has very high historical value, I'd say this sword is probably worth about $10,000.
Wow.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay, this sword is a very good buy for the shop because it's a very unique item. Anytime you get a sword that was actually owned personally by the Lord, that's gotta be something special.
All right, so what are you willing to take for it? I have to make money on it.
Oh, I realize that. 5? Can you make money at that?
Yeah, I can. I make a little too much money at that. The fact of the matter is, I don't take advantage of people. 5,000 is just too low. I will give you $6,000 for it. I would go more, but this is a multi-year project here, most likely. So I'm assuming 6,000 is fine since you wanted 5.
Yes, 6,000 is great.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Chum, will you write her up?
I'm gonna write this ticket up, and then I might behead you with this sword, Rick.
Oh. I'm amazed. I asked for 5,000 for the sword, and Rick cut me some slack and actually gave me 6. It's awesome.
What do you got?
I have these coins that are very valuable that I'm trying to get rid of at this point in time.
All right. Where in the world did you get these?
Well, my dear Aunt Mary, she passed away and she turned them over to me. She left them to me in her will. Now, these were originally my grandfather's coins, so these coins go way back.
All right. These are really interesting. So, 1878, they started making the Morgan silver dollar. It's the most collectible of all the United States coins. There's tons of different mint marks. There's a lot of variations and everything. And you generally, with coin collecting, everyone wants the highest grade coin possible. I mean, the higher the grade, the more it's worth. But then a few years ago, this craze happened where people wanted to collect the lowest grade. They wanted to be able to get ones. That's where the coin is completely worn out from natural wear, not from any damage or anything like that, where you can still see the mint mark and still figure out the year. That's what these are right here. And they're called lowballs. I mean, it's like graded a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Everyone wants the ones, and these are all ones, which is amazing. It's sort of crazy. The price keeps on going down the lower the grade gets. Highest grade, start going down. You get to like a 4, it gets down here, and then it goes back up. It's crazy.
Okay, all right, that sounds crazy, but hey.
We got some really good dates in here, too.
Yes, sir.
These are all amazing. I mean, how much did you want for them?
$200 for each one. That's $2,400 for the whole batch. How about that? Now, that's a deal. Let's make a deal.
That is a heck of a deal. It really, really is.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
But I sort of have a conscience, and they're worth more than that. They really are.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I mean, these two right here, I could probably get $600-700 a piece out of.
Really?
I'd give you $4,000 for the lot. That is more of a fair price. It really is.
Really? Can your conscience go up even higher to $5,000 for the whole lot?
No,
Oh.
no. $4,000, I think, is a really reasonable price for these things right here.
I appreciate that. I'll take it.
Sweet.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
If you go right over there,
All right.
they'll get you paid.
I knew there was something I liked about you. Take care, Rick. Thank you.
All right.
All righty.
I have a 1929 Cubs World Series press pin.
The Cubbies.
I think it's the only team ever to go over 100 years without winning a World Series. I guess people just feel sorry for the Cubs.
Sure they do. Yeah. I've come to the pawn shop today to sell my 1929 Chicago Cubs World Series press pin. I could use the money. I'd like to get at least $1,000 for it. The least amount of money I probably will take is about $800.
Where in the world did you get this?
My mom passed a few years ago, and we found out in her jewelry box.
You needed one of these things to get in the press box for the World Series. They gave these out instead of credentials. And the reason they probably did that, a lot harder to fake.
Sure.
You put it right through your lapel on your jacket. That's when everyone wore a jacket. Being a sports reporter in the 1920s was a pretty cool job to have. Baseball was more popular than ever, thanks to guys like Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. So having a pin like this would make you a big deal. The amazing thing is it's in really good condition. There's not one chip in the enamel that I can see. It's a good thing it's from the Cubs, too, because if you get something from the Yankees, they're always going to the World Series. It's not quite as big a deal. It really does mark the end of an era. We're talking October 1929. That was the height of the Roaring 20s. Literally a few weeks after this pin was given out, the stock market crashes. The whole world went crashing down. Since this is from what a lot of historians consider the golden age of baseball, and it's in great shape, I can definitely see some real value in it. Now tell me, what do you want to do with this?
I'd like to sell it.
How much you want for it?
Like $1,000 for it. It's a seldom seen piece.
I know it's a seldom seen piece, and it's going to be a quick seller. And quite frankly, it's actually a little cheap.
Okay.
$1,000.
Okay.
I was thinking like $1,200. I always want to maximize my profit on anything I buy, but I also believe it's really important to be fair. So when I see a customer with a rare, expensive item and making a big mistake, I flag it when I can. Getting $1,000 for it's just a little too cheap.
Well, you know, I appreciate that, and I'll take 12.
Okay.
That's absolutely no problem. I appreciate your honesty.
That's not how you negotiate.
Just go take the item, go write them up.
Well, when he offered me $1,200, I was a little surprised. I would have been happy with $1,000, but he just wanted to be fair with me, and I appreciate that.
So what do we got here?
I have some Napoleonic-Era medals.
Okay, we all know how important Napoleon was in France and during the 1800s. Pretty much conquered most of Europe. Everybody knows about the whole Napoleon complex thing, which, believe it or not, is actually not true. He was actually average height. I think that was just something that his enemies just kind of, a rumor that they made up, and it just kind of stuck with him. So tell me where you got them.
I was in Europe at an auction, and I accidentally won them.
How did we accidentally win them?
So I wrote down the wrong lot number, and this is what they gave me.
And what'd you accidentally pay for them?
I accidentally paid $1,000 for them.
Okay, I'm 99% confident that these are Andrew medals. You know, when people say medals, they typically think of military medals, gold medals that you wear around your neck. The first Olympic medals that they presented were just like this. These are actually able to cast. They could be mass-produced. Okay, so we have Siege de la Bastille. I'm pretty sure kind of translates into the storming of Bastille. You wanted to decorate your house in the 1850s. This is the kind of stuff you would hang on the wall. Give me an idea of what you're looking to get out of it.
So I really just want to get my money back, so I'd say $1,000.
Okay, you know, for something that's close to 200 years old, it is in really, really good condition. You know, it's not like somebody used these as hockey pucks or something like that. I mean, they've pretty much stayed in the box the entire time. The condition's really good. Today is your lucky day. You have doubled your money on these. I will give you $2,000.
Nice. Great, I'll take it.
All right, sounds good to me. Meet my guys over there. They'll write you up, okay?
Great, thank you.
Have a good day.
I've been driving for a couple hours now, and with no one to bug me, it has been the best. Just crossed into Utah, and I pulled into a little town named Hurricane to look for some food. What do we have here? And I noticed a little antique shop with a weird trailer out front, so I'm gonna go inside and see what they got.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right, just looking around.
Sure.
Unfortunately, even when I'm on vacation, I can't help myself. I'm always looking for deals. One of the weird things about a random antique shop, you'll never know what you'll find. It might just be completely full of junk, might be full of treasures, might be overpriced, might be underpriced. Is the player piano for sale?
Well, everything has its price.
What year is it?
It's 110 years old.
And it works and everything like
Yeah,
that?
here, try it. It's a hit of the store.
Okay.
What do you think?
So what would you take for it?
It'd have to be more than 10,000.
That's a little more than I want to pay.
Well, I'd be in trouble if I sold it. I give it to my wife for her birthday.
How much do you love your wife?
A lot.
Okay. What this place has got going for it, it's pretty damn big, so there might be that one little treasure stashed in the corner somewhere. This is definitely pretty cool. Excuse me.
Question?
Yeah, do you know anything about this?
It's on consignment. I don't know anything about it. Looks like some sort of helmet.
Samurai helmet, it looks like. You're asking $300 for it. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but you're not asking nearly enough for this thing. He had a price for $300. I have a conscience. I believe in karma. I had to tell him what it was worth. Because it could retail for as much as $2,500.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I own the Ugly Trailer Antiques in Hurricane, Utah. With the samurai helmet, I was really surprised that it was worth that much. That blew me away. I think the customer that has it on consignment will be thrilled.
This is actually really cool. This is a samurai helmet from late Edo period.
When is that?
Early 1600s to basically 1868, I believe, somewhere right around in there. You know, you had the emperor, who was like the king, and then you had the samurai, which was sort of like the royal court. They were basically the equivalent of like dukes and earls in England. Over the years, I've seen a few samurai helmets. I've seen a lot of samurai swords. So when you get those things in your store, you try and do a lot of research on them. That way you know next time they come in, what to look for. I mean, everything on this thing looks right. So how much will you take for it?
What will you give me?
$1,250.
I gotta do a little better than that.
You only wanted $300 to start with. So what will you take for it?
Well, I think after what I've learned about it today, I think we gotta have at least two for it.
$1,500?
Come on, you can do better than that. 17.
I'll go 16.
1650.
All right, $1,650.
All right. Let's go write it up.
Usually I say that. Just goes to show when you go into an antique store in a small town, every once in a while you can find something. I think I can sell it quick. Sturgis, here I come.
Hey, how you doing? Pretty good. I bought some magazines at a garage sale, and these are tucked in between the pages. They say Playboy on them.
Shopping for used Playboys, huh?
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my 1955 Playboy comic prints. I think these things can be worth some big money just because they're old and they're from Playboy. I basically got them for free, and I'm ready to cash in.
So you got these at a yard sale, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know much about them, or?
This one says October 55. This one's December 55.
Okay. Yeah, this is not very long after Playboy got started. I think Hefner worked for Esquire magazine and asked for a $5 a year raise, and they told him to go pound salt, so he got a $1,000 loan and went out and started Playboy. Almost 65 years later, we're still here talking about it.
Multi-million.
Yeah. Hugh Hefner knew how to add a touch of class to his magazines. He had articles from famous writers, and he hired some of the best-known cartoonists to draw his cartoons. It definitely separated Playboy from the typical smut magazine. What they are is the cartoonist would illustrate something, draw it out, then he'd have to get approval for it. And they would fly back and forth like that over and over again till they finally put it in the magazine. This one's kind of funny. It's a cocktail waitress telling the bartender to cut Benson off because he just pinched her. This one doesn't have a caption, but I'm assuming the humor is the guy that's laying in bed is looking up at his own picture as the attorney advertising in the hospital. These cartoons are definitely a bit dated, but it is original signed artwork. And 1950s Playboy stuff has gotten real collectible. So what do you want to do with them, my man?
I'd like to sell them.
Any idea of what you want for them?
No, I'd like $100 a piece.
$100 a piece. Be honest with you, man, they're worth a lot more than that. Yeah,
okay.
they are worth more than that. me and my big mouth. But how about this? I give you 500 apiece for them.
That works for me. Well, I appreciate you being honest with me.
Sounds good, man. Let's
Sounds
go right
good.
ahead.
I couldn't believe they were worth that much money. I got $1,000 in my pocket, and I'm a happy man.